Hello and welcome, I'm Raziel, and today I want to talk about one thing Mantic does far better than Games Workshop, and that is their starter boxes. They are some fantastic boxes that Mantic do, and of course this is basically about the Raging Voids one, the new one released, well, on pre-order, and it's going to be released next month, which has the Twilight Kin and the Abyssal Dwarfs. And so, why does Mantic do these ones so much better? Well, first I want to address something straight away, which I can't ignore, is that the new one actually is £5 more than the rest. You don't really get much more, and it is a price wise which needs to be mentioned, and I would be amiss if I didn't. It would be unfair for me just to rag on one company for price rises for no reason and not mention it here. So yeah, there is a £5 increase from the last one. So it's £90 this time, whereas £85 last time. So with that mentioned, I don't know the reason. I cannot tell you. I'm not happy about it either, but it is there. So you're going into this video far more informed than me going, oh, you should buy this. But yeah, okay, so you know that bit. But let's talk about the boxes and why Mantic do these so well. So the first bit is that you always get two fantastic sized armies. They're not two small armies, they're two really big ones. And the Raging Voids is very much in this vein. You get the Twilight Kin and the Abyssal Dwarfs. The Abyssal Dwarf side is absolutely huge, with you get 40 hard plastic Abyssal Dwarves. You can make Black Souls or Decimators, 3 Abyssal Dwarfs Lesser Obsidian Golems, and 1 Abyssal Dwarf Overmaster, and he's in resin. Now, on the Twilight Kin side, you get a fair whack of models too. You get 16 hard plastic Twilight Kin Corsair, you have Void Walkers or Fleet Wardens. 20 plastic Kin, Twilight Kin Void Touched, you can make these as Mutants or Reavers. 3 plastic Twilight Kin Impalers, and 1 Twilight Kin Summoner Crone on Mare. Now, I do like that Summoner Crone on Mare. She's probably one of my favourite models right now. She's such a great looking mini. I mean, it's so dynamic, so fluid. I do like a good kinetic model. They always look really good. So as you can see, you get two decent sized armies there, which is worth playing. And at £90, so it's £5 more than a Vanguard box, £5 less than a Combat Patrol box, but you get two armies. You also get the updated rulebook, which is a bit of a weird thing, because like the War in the Holds box, the Twilight Kin rules will be in the Raging Void box leaflet, which is going to be attached. I don't think it's actually going to be in the rulebook itself, which is a bit of a shame, really, but this is the second edition of that rulebook. You had the green one, which did include the Rat Kin, and obviously now you got this one, which I don't think is going to include the Twilight Kin, but you know, you will be getting the rules for free anyway. So that's that one, which means, yeah, it's a fantastic box. It's well worth getting if you're going into Mantic, and those two armies, you know, do it for you. But Mantic are very good at making these boxes, because that's not the only one. Because if you know Mantic, they do lots of these boxes. Every time you release a new army, you guaranteed a pretty much a box to go with it. You, at the moment, I count, there is 2, 3, 4, so this is the 5th box of this type, 5th battle box, which is available throughout. And you have the Ice and Shadow one, which is the Northern Alliance versus the, not Twilight Kin, Night Stalkers. I do like the Night Stalkers. They're far more terrifying than Chaos. They are absolutely terrifying. You don't get the extra book, but you do get the big red book. See, when I first started looking at doing this video, I was thinking maybe because in the earlier boxes you only got the Gamer Edition rulebook, which is very slim. But it does look like you get the big red book, so you get the full rulebook. The Sands of Amun, which is another box I really like, because you have your Empire of Dust in it. You also get the Ogres, Mercenaries. So you get a nice big unit here, one unit full of big monsters, and you get basically Tomb Kings. Storm in the Shires. This is another box I was looking at. Actually, I've been looking at all of them because I like these armies. You got Orcs, Riftforged Orcs, and Halflings. The Halflings look really dopey, and I think that looks so great. And finally, you get the War in the Holds box, which I got because that's how I started my Ratkin army. And again, you get some nice models with that. You get Ratkin and you get Goblins. The Goblin Wiz is a nice looking model, and it's another reason I love Mantic. Some great minis here. Absolutely great. I do love them. And nice big models as well. You get some nice big centerpieces to go with it. It's not just lots of infantry. You tend to have a nice big unit or a model which really will set off your army. and you tend to get lots with them. Now, another reason I like Mantic, of course, is there is no FOMO. There's no fear of missing out. This is not a limited edition box. This is a box you can get soon, even after release. And like I said, those boxes previously mentioned are still out now, and you still can get them. So if you're looking at getting into Kings of War, there's so many discount ways of doing it. Even if you just want to do one army, you've got still going to save money against pretty much anyone else. And also the other thing about these boxes, which is absolutely fantastic, not one army's been repeated twice. You're not getting, like, if you get the War in the Holds and the War in the Shires boxes, you're not going to get 2 boxes with both Writ Forged Orcs. Every box contains a different army every time. So there isn't, no bias for a single force. You're not going to always have to get like Space Marines all the time, Orc Stormcast Eternals. It is a fantastic way of doing things because it gives people the choice of what to play and what to use, rather than just go, you have to use this army and we'll give you another one. So like with Warhammer 40k, it's always Space Marines. It's never anything else. I mean, you do get battle boxes, but these are starter boxes. But over with, I think there's like been 3 or 4 which don't actually have Space Marines, which is weird because like you had the Phoenix one, which had Eldar and Drukhari, and you had the Chaos one. But technically, Chaos Space Marines, so there is that. But you're always going to have a different army. It's ideal that you can always do a different army, isn't it? One army, and you're always going to be shoehorned into that one. Is a great way of getting people to play your game, because you always have a choice. Choice is great because you can just go, hey, let's take this one. Like, this box has really convinced me to move from Ratkin to Twilightkin. I do like the Ratkin, but the Twilightkin are really cool. So I don't have to go out and buy the Mega Army just to play it. I can spend a little bit less, get the Twilightkin, and if I'm not feeling them, I got the Abyssal Dwarves to fall back on. Or I might know someone who wants to do Abyssal Dwarves, and I have them to fall back on. They can fall back on it too. So I can literally pick up any of these boxes and choose a brand new army for quite a low price. Well, for Wargaming low, at least. And it's just fantastic to see a company not push a single race or faction down your throat constantly saying, we want you to play this army. So good. This is another reason it's good. So just to sum up, because summation is good, basically you have a decent starter box if you want to get into this new one. It's a new army, brand new army. It's only got the battle star to go with it. Yes, it's £5 more. Like I said, I'm not going to ignore that. But again, it's not going to be limited edition. You're not going to have to rush out and order it day one. You can wait the whole month or even afterwards to get it. And if it goes out of stock, it's going to be reprinted anyway. It's not going to just be out of stock forever. Not a first come, first served situation. And then you've got, the choice of battle boxes. Anyway, say Twilightkin and Abyssal Dwarves aren't your thing. Maybe Halflings are, maybe Goblins are, maybe Ratkin, or even the Empire of Dust. Whichever one, there is a choice there, and you're not going to have the same army in each box. Each box is separate and different. Now, this is why Mantic far outranks GW in the fact of these starter boxes, because there isn't a thing that Games Workshop does which is not as good as this. This is just how battle boxes should be. They should be out throughout the entire edition. They should be constant, and give people a choice of which armies to play without having to be shoehorned into a single one. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you want to get started on Kings of War early or get cheaper, go to Wayland Games down below. It's £64 for 3 of them, I believe. Sons of Oman is £68. So hey, there you go. There, of course, is Forbidden Planet if you like comics, my comic and my merchandise, and my Patreon. But as always, treat yourself to something nice before you just give me money. I'm not going to say no. I mean, it's money. It's great. But I'd rather you treat yourself. Everyone benefits. And I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.